Before my granddaddy died, he told me something, and I kind of use that in the way that I maneuver through life. He's like, when you walk into a room, you got to know that the room got better. Not in a cocky sense, but in a sense you get to meet somebody and they get to meet you. They get to hear your story. And just for a moment in time, you get to change impact somebody's life for maybe a day, a week, a month, a year, you don't know. But it don't cost any amount of money just to be kind to a motherfucker, right? Just a hug, a handshake, or a smile, leave them better in the way that you found him. He said, be somebody that somebody wants to be stuck in an elevator with, because nobody wants to be in there with an asshole, you know?
Do you think with your career getting big, like pretty quickly, that you don't seem to have changed your attitude towards other people? You're still pretty nice.
Yeah, I mean, because look, man, at the end of the day, I've been fans of people, right, back in the day. And when I met them, and they're just like, man, I like authenticity and genuality, right? So, like, I'm still that same motherfucker that was across the tracks and nobody really fucked with growing up. And then you get in the oil field, and we're all working in 100-degree weather in West Texas. We don't want to be here, but we can make this a better time while we're here. So I'm just like, be a vibe. Just be good, friendly environment to people, and that shit will resonate. It'll come full circle every single time. Because, I mean, they did that study with the water, where if you yell the negative things at the water, the ions turn it black. Where if you say,
I'm not familiar with this study.
So, there was a science. I think it was at MIT. I can't remember exactly what it was, but he had his class. He demonstrated for like fucking 3 weeks solid. They would say positive like affirmations to a glass of water, okay, and with one there, and another one they'd say negative shit. And through the course of like 3 weeks, like the dye in the water or like the ion shit they put in there, it would turn black for the negative one, and it was a clear water in the positive one. I'm butchering that, but I know it's.
They can do it with rice too, Michael.
Really?
Yep. Yeah.
Rice has feelings.
So it's like everything is.
That's not what it said.
Everything is vibrations and frequencies. I know it's as stupid as horoscope and witchy.
Vibrations that's a thing.
It's a real thing. Like the 369.
Same with people, dude.
It's a vibe thing, and you pick up on it. You know, I know instantly within about 10 minutes of talking to somebody the impact of which they will have on my life. Whether it be a colleague, a friend, a best friend, a lover, blah blah blah. You can sense it. You can I wouldn't say judge a book by its cover, but you can kind of find out the initial things that you need to know about that person within a genuine 10-minute conversation.
Yep.
If you're gonna be someone that's gonna impact my life.
See, and I feel like for me, being clear-headed is a way that then I can sense that a lot better than I used to, because when I was always high all the time, I just assumed that
everyone's good people.
Well, that and negative. If you have negative vibrations, we click.
Because you're I'm
like, this one makes sense to me because they're dark too.
Yeah,
and then we should just stay dark together. But now that I want to be out in the light, I want to experience everything in life. And I've lived dark. I've been mean, man.
Yeah.
I've been like a dark, mean person. And it's overrated. I'm here to tell you it's overrated.
Yeah.
And I want to be happy. I want to be in the light. I want to hang out with some of these people that I used to shit on so hard for, like, I'm like, you hacky sack motherfuckers fucking smiling in the sun, like, fucking shove a gerbil up your ass.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like now, I'm like, man, give me those gerbils.
Hey, let me see that gerbil.
Yeah, seriously.
Let me hacky sack and let me see that gerbil.
Yeah, seriously.
No, I get it, dude. But I think that you're getting older too, though. Like, you look, dude. Like from where I was at 20 to now where I'm at, that's not even the same fucking person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So you learn and grow. That's why in my hometown, everybody got married and shit at 17, 18 years old, had a bunch of kids at high school. It's like, you don't even fucking know yourself.
Nope.
That's what you want to do.
You never even gave yourself a chance to know yourself.
Exactly. You're not even you haven't even learned yet. And it's just like, people rush into that. But, you know, I don't.
Society does that to people, though, especially men. Because we don't get to talk. If you talk about your feelings, you're gay. If you cry, you're gay. But it's like a thing. If you're having a bad time and you feel like there's some tears in there and you don't let them out, it's not healthy, man.
No, you bottle that shit up and have a heart attack at 45 like my daddy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, I get it. But I mean, but my daddy's told me he loved me one time in my life.
My dad never told me. My dad said to me in my first wedding that he was proud of me, and I had to fight the tears.
Yeah, it's a weird feeling when your father figured it. Yeah,
I was like, and then also I never saw him cry, but my stepmom told me one time when they had to put a dog down that he'd had for a long time, at the vet, he cried, and I go, really? Like, you saw it?
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah. And I'm like, what was that like?
Yeah.
Because I wanted to be there for it, because I didn't believe that it was real.
That's the only thing manlier than a man never crying, is only crying when his dog or his
Just
horse
a man.
dies.
You know why? You know why he cried? Because of that. Because if you cry over your dog, it's not as gay as crying over your mother passing away.
Right? Yeah.
No,
you're allowed to like get drunk and listen to Desperado and cry.
Oh yeah,
that's like,
let it go.
That's
Just scream shit in the shower. You know, who gives a shit? I remember I got in a bunch of trouble when I was 18. And my dad used to beat my ass when I was younger, when I do bad shit. He's a good dad. He's the best human being I ever met. But it
was a different time.
It's a different time. But I remember I did something, and I got in trouble with the law. And he just looked at me and goes, "You fucking disappoint me." And that hit harder than any fucking belt whooping or anything.
Yeah,
like
I
I
heard
let
that
it.
a lot, too. We got similar dads.
Yeah.
That happened to me a lot too.
Have you deployed that on your son? Because you always hear that,
No.
that's what I've busted that out one or two times. Not you disappoint me or you are a disappointment. That's a level that I'm not willing to go to. I don't need to go to. But with my son, like, it's very disappointing that you chose to do that, because that's it. Because kids are it's like they're wired to push you, but to want you to push back.
Yeah.
I choose to say that you're better than that. I know you are.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Right.
He's actually turned it around. He's been getting in trouble at school for a couple of years now, and I've been talking to him about it and talking to the teachers, which is another thing that before I was sober, I was never contacting. I would never respond to an email. I'm like, that's my ex's business right there.
Oh, shit.
And now that I'm involved in all that stuff and talking to him and telling him, I'm talking to your teachers, dude. Like, I'm talking to your principal. And I've been talking to him. He sent me an email like 2-3 days ago that he got a grant for the most improved student.
Fuck yeah.
They gave him $500 towards like guitar lessons or whatever he wants next year. And he sent it to me. And I was skating with Tony Hawk yesterday, and I told him that. Because he's a super dad too. Like, he's somebody that I copy. Well, sorry, I try to copy, emulate when it comes to. He's a busy guy, man. He's a famous guy, but he's a good dad. He doesn't give a shit about what he is or what he's done. He's like, I am dedicated to being a good father, and I aspire to be like that.
Yeah.
And when I told him, that's somebody that I felt good about telling, because I knew he'd be like, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, dude.
And it's still like to this day, like, there's things like I can win. That's the other thing, winning things. You know, I want to win things because it's like a high.
It's a competitive
I want
nature.
to beat somebody. I want to win something, but it doesn't last. It lasts like a couple of hours, and then I'm like, what can I beat next? What's next? Things like that, they last.
Yeah.
Forever.
Yeah, it's got meaning. It's got like stability meaning. Like it's like,
not a drug.
No.
It's a good thing.
No, I like that.
Yeah.
Dude, speaking of drugs, though, since you're a comic, I want to ask you this. When you have a joke for the first time that you run on stage and it gets a massive pop and works, tell me that's not better than coming.
Yeah, no,
tell me that adrenaline rush is not better than any drug
The
ever.
first time that ever happened, I went into the green room and was like, oh.
This is what that feels like.
Yeah, because I was wondering what that was like.
Yeah.
Yeah, now I'm addicted to that. But, that's the other thing. It's not, I don't need that. Like, I want to be like, like the Hinchcliffes of the world, where they get up there and whatever they say is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
No matter where they are, what day it is.
Yeah.
They just got it, man. Like the Tim Dillons of the world, where I go, none of that was planned. And it was fucking hilarious. I'm like, that's what I want. And I don't care about what it gets me, because I've been there with you get stuff. You get a pat on the back. You get some hot chick that wants to blow you.
The attaboys, yeah.
I want just the skill. Just like, because I know from skateboarding, it's over now. What do I get from skateboarding? Is it cool that someone goes, hey man, you Jason Ellis? Like, I remember you used to shred. That's cool. But the thing that is the greatest thing from skateboarding was, thank God I haven't hit my head that much. I remember where there was a time where I could make that thing do what I wanted it to do.
Yeah.
And every now and then, I skated yesterday, and there was a couple of tricks I did where I was like, I can still make it do things that I wanted to do, and you can't take that from me. That's what I got from skateboarding. Not the money, not the traveling, not the blowjobs, which was all cool.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.